You see it in the movies and on TV, and you hear about it all the time in songs. But what exactly is true love, and how can you tell if you've found it? Hey YouTube, Amy North here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a relationship coach from Vancouver, Canada, and author of The Devotion System, a program designed to help women find and lock down the men of their dreams. And today I want to share with you some signs for telling if you've discovered real, true love. Now, you may have seen some of my other videos that talk about finding the one or signs that he's into you, but this is different. This is true love we're talking about after all. But what exactly is it? Essentially, true love is an unwavering, unbreaking, incomparable, and intense feeling of passion and devotion for a person. It's a connection that runs deeper than merely physical attraction and instead encompasses an emotional and spirit connection. Simply put, it's feeling something so strongly for a person that life without them is practically unimaginable. But again, how can you tell if what you're experiencing is true love or just a fleeting lust or infatuation with someone? Well, here are 8 signs to look for. Number 1, you care about him unconditionally. Through good times and bad, you and your man always come out on top. You trust each other and would do anything to make one another feel loved. When you find true love, there are no stipulations or strings attached. You love him from his core, even when he's moody or not at his best. Why? Because you know that the two of you have something special. Number 2, you love him for who he is. Number 2, you love him for who he is. When you find true love, you have zero desire to change that person. You're proud of who he is, and you never worry about introducing him to your friends or loved ones. In fact, you even enjoy doing so because you realize what a prize you've found. You don't compare him to others or wish he was more like so-and-so's boyfriend. And even his quirks, you love them all. For tips on making your man desire you at this level of true love, visit my site, www.coachnorth.com, and watch the free video presentation. There you'll learn tricks for unlocking that unwavering desire inside any man's mind, and my devotion sequence, which is a set of words strong enough to make him feel an emotional connection to you, so powerful that his heart will be bound to you and only you. Believe me, ladies, you don't want to miss this one. Number 3. You're not afraid to truly be yourself. They say that true love will bring your walls down. Not literally, obviously, but emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. This means that when you find true love, you'll be willing to share yourself fully and completely with your man. You won't worry about trying to impress or win him over, and you won't have to think before you speak or act. Of course, this doesn't mean that you should just say whatever you want whenever you want, but rather that you'll be able to simply be yourself without overthinking your every word and move. Best of all, once you let him into your world, you'll have someone to share all your funny little thoughts and ideas with, your dreams and goals. Number 4, you stick to your word. Not only do you mean what you say and say what you mean, but when you make a promise to your man, you stick to your word. In fact, the idea of letting him down is just about as devastating as a worldly apocalypse to you. Even if you know that he'll never find out the truth, the idea of lying to him or betraying your man is unthinkable to you. Why? Because your moral conscience is strong when it comes to him, to the point where the idea of letting him down means letting yourself down too. When you feel this way, well, that's true love. Number 5, you respect one another completely. When you find true love, you'll have a relationship where you respect each other the utmost. Now, this doesn't mean that you'll agree on every single thing, but rather that when you don't see eye to eye, you'll do so in a mature and gracious manner. You won't call names, put one another down, or belittle each other's opinions. You care about each other too much to do that. Instead, you'll learn how to argue in a way that is constructive and kind. After all, you never want to be the reason why your lover is upset. Number 6, your happiness feeds off one another. Now, this doesn't mean that you depend on each other to be happy, but rather that seeing your loved one makes you happy too. Be careful with this one though. So many people confuse the two. Being able to embrace your loved one's happiness and make it your own is a very special sign that you found true love. Why? Because it means that their happiness and well-being are just as important to you as your own. So if you're feeding off one another's happiness, then that's a sure sign you found something remarkable. Number 7, you're willing to make sacrifices for one another. Now, this doesn't mean that you should trade in all your dreams for his, but rather if you're willing to make small sacrifices for one another, then that's true love. Maybe this means ordering a veggie pizza because he doesn't eat meat, or perhaps it means hanging out with one of his friends who you don't particularly like. But you do so because you know it's important to him. It's these little sacrifices that make a difference when it comes to love and relationships. If you're willing to do things for one another that you wouldn't normally do otherwise, now that's a sign you found true love. Number 8, you're a team. You know you can depend on each other to be the person who cheers you up, loves you unconditionally, and is your best friend. You trust one another completely and can say absolutely anything to him, knowing that it's free of judgment. You're patient and kind, loving and forgiving. In other words, you're the dream team. When you find true love, you'll not only think for yourself, but for your partner too. Your future plans will involve each other, and you'll consider each other's wants and needs as well as your own. Don't mistake this for losing your own individual interests and lives, because you'll still have those, but you'll just want to be a part of one another's as well. That's what true love is all about. So once you find it, hold on to it and embrace it. It's rarer than most of us tend to realize. Well, there you have it, 8 signs of true love. If you have any questions about what I've covered here today, then feel free to post those in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you enjoyed what you learned here, then please show your support by sharing this video with your girlfriends, subscribing to my YouTube channel, and checking out some of my other videos. After all, it's your support that allows me to keep coming out with new videos for you guys, so please take a moment and click the button below. As always, thanks so much for watching, and if there's a topic you'd like me to cover, just let me know and I'll do my best to put it together for you. Until next time, keep these tips in mind, and I'll talk to you again soon.